How's it going, sports card fans, wrestling collectors? This is Tom from CollectAWrestlePalooza. This is part 2 of the I Want a Bret Hart rookie chase. I do have 2 more packs of 1987 Topps that we're going to be opening up on this video. Stay tuned for that. I'm also going to tell you why the 1987 Topps wrestling cards is one of my favorite sports card series of all time. And also I'm going to be flipping through the cards that I've opened so far on this pursuit of the Bret Hart rookie. Let's have some fun. We're going to open one today. I can feel it. I've got Andre the Giant, my good luck charm. Let's do this.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.
So why do I like the 1987 Topps wrestling cards? They're one of the OGs. 1985 Topps is the first licensed WWF wrestling card line that came out. It does feature Hulk Hogan and a lot of the superstars from that time, the rock and wrestling era. 1987 would be the second series. They didn't release any in 86, or if they did, they were only OPG extensions of the 1985 set. I like the 1987 set for a few reasons. One, it's still affordable. 2, it features my favorite WWF stickers of all time. I mean, look at this Macho Man coming out hot. This is his 3rd year card with Miss Elizabeth. And I also like them because I consider it to be, you know, kind of like Zelda 2 or Super Mario Brothers 2. It's an extension of the first card set, but it has some more bells and whistles, which makes it kind of fun and unique. So, you know, you still got Hogan, but it's not the 85 Hogan. It's when Hogan is strutting a little bit more, and he's got a little bit more character to him. He's got the Winged Eagle belt. Just a really, really great time in professional wrestling. And some of that, too, might be because of the nostalgia. This is when I was a kid and when I really got into the sport. So, if you watch my channel, you know that I will put every single pack fresh card that I open into a top holder. Why do I do that? Well, let's think about this. This is 1987, so these cards are going to be 50 years old in not too long a time. And any card that's 50 years old, I think, deserves to be in a top holder, particularly if it's pack fresh. So I'm thinking about the future. I'm also thinking one of the reasons that I like collecting wrestling is that there really is no such thing as a base card. All of the wrestlers have a unique place in the story of professional wrestling, and they all have their favorites. So if you're a professional wrestling fan, some folks like, you know, some odd performer like the Berserker or Papa Shango, or, you know, you have your Road Warriors fans and your Hulk Hogan fans and your Macho Man fans, of course. But on my eBay store, I just sold a signed autographed card of the Godfather, who was famously the same fellow who played Papa Shango. You know, why did that sell the same as a Hulk Hogan card would sell? Maybe not the same price, but there's a market for it. So I see these cards, even though they're quote-unquote base cards, being pack fresh, still as having a reason to be in a top holder. So, like I said, that's a Bret Hart rookie right there. It doesn't feature him as a portrait, but it's one I pulled myself in the Hart Foundation, one of the best tag teams of all time. Here's Honky Tonk Man. He's saying, "I think the fans are mad at me." Jimmy Hart saying, "I told you when they boo, they like you." That's a Honky Tonk Man rookie card right there. Again, not the portrait, but during this time, similar to some of the 85 cards, they did comics with the WWF, probably to market it more to the younger crowd. I don't really like those cards, but the reason I do like it in the context of the set is that it makes the portrait cards more special. I always loved Bobby Heenan, would talk about the natural Butch Reed's natural blonde hair. God bless the announcer Bobby Heenan. We've got the sunset flip there. Why do they call it the sunset flip? I never knew that. Maybe it's because it is like the progression of the time on the clock all the way around that sunset. If you know a better answer than that, put a comment below. Ready to Sting, the Killer Bees, underrated tag team. I do remember that they used to do the gimmick of having a bee mask that they would use if they wanted to change who was in the ring. I remember my dad always said to me, there's 2 types of wrestlers. There's fan favorites, and then there's heels, but they're all rule breakers, because you used to say there's fan favorites and rule breakers, but that wasn't the case. They were all rule breakers, just some of them were fan favorites at the same time. So again, like I said, these are all the cards that I've pulled from 1987's wax packs. I love the memory of this. I love having all these cards in pack fresh form. To me, it's worth the investment of a cheap top holder for each one to make sure that they don't get creased up or dented into the future. But I love having this. This is my 1987 Topps set. Not every card in the set, but these are all the ones I pulled. Like I said, the best stickers of all time. King Harley Race, the loser must bow, precursor to Vince McMahon's Kiss My Club, right? We got luscious Johnny V, Greg the Hammer Valentine, another underrated star who was big in the territories. That's another thing about the WWF at this time that I love is Vince had pulled a lot of stars from the territories and they were at the end of their careers, but they made names for themselves in WWF at the tail end of their career, like like Greg the Hammer Valentine, like a superstar like Big John Studd, superstars like that, they did not have a ton of years at the WWF, but their last years of their career were in the WWF, and it's when they really rose to superstar prominence. And I like that. I like that the WWF provided an avenue for some of those unheralded stars to finally make some money. There I go, denting up my cards. Oh no. I always hesitate to do this on video because when I'm on video, I'm not as careful, but see what I do for the fans? I will do anything for the fans, even dent up a Bret Hart rookie card. Oh no. Now I kind of hope I don't pull a Bret Hart, or if I do, I hope that the bottom of it isn't all dented up. That's okay. It's all part of the experience, and it's all part of the reason why getting cards in high grades is a lot harder than you think. If you can find any card from 1987, particularly a wrestling card, in a PSA 10, you want to grab it. I have a few in my collection. I paid top dollar for them. They're base cards. They're nothing spectacular, but I love having PSA 10s of cards from this era because, you think about what is this card pack been through in its lifetime. It's got a Kmart label on it. It was sitting in a box. It was traveling in a truck back and forth across the country. It was cut by some big industrial cutter on the Topps manufacturing floor. All of those things happened before this card is going to be opened right now. But that is also what makes it exciting. And then you have yahoos like me who drop it before they're going to open it. I think they're okay. But I'm going to hope that I get my Bret Hart rookie. I don't care. This is fun. I love doing this. This is what makes the hobby so great. The first 1987 pack I opened had a bunch of Hogans in it. And this one is starting with a Hogan. You can see the back of it says listening to Hulkamania. That makes me think that this might be a Hogan pack. Notice there is a wax stain on the back. I don't care. This is still going to go in a penny sleeve and top holder. That's what I do. This is listening to Hulkamania. Really bad centering, but it's a pack fresh Hogan. Heading for the ring. What is this one? That is Koko B. Ware. King Harley Race. Ooh, look at that portrait card. Again, centering's not great. That's one thing I've noticed in these is centering is often an issue, but that's okay. Another Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. This is another one of these. Now, I don't know if certain cards in the series were made more than other ones. How many of this card was made in relation to the Bret Hart rookie? That type of statistics I don't know, but I don't know of that many Bret Hart rookies that are out there, so I'm guessing that one was not made as much. I haven't seen too many of this one either, this Smash Demolition sticker. But it's an attractive one. Or the other theory I have is that if you get a Bret Hart rookie, you're going to get a pack that has a few of them, or if you buy packs in a box, there's going to be a number of them in that same box. In other words, it depends on how the sheet was printed. That one's got a pretty big imperfection at the bottom. Luckily, it's not a great card. Hooking the leg. Who is that? Natural Butch Reed with his natural blonde hair, according to Bobby Heenan. Belly Buster again. Nothing too big on that one. Natural Butch Reed with his adversary's belly. I love this. Danny Davis, ref turned wrestler. That's actually a pretty good condition Danny Davis card. Centering's not too bad. And then finally, another Danny Davis, Hearts Hit Concrete. That is a Bret Hart rookie. I did open one of these in the last pack that I had, and it had this same print imperfection at the bottom, a little white dot under there, and also this one does have a ding on this side. But again, Bret Hart rookie, pack fresh. I love it. Pack number 2, let's see what we got here. Ooh, this one opened up really loose. I still think that it's authentic. I don't know if they're necessarily searched if they open up like that, because I think that back in the day, they didn't use any adhesive. It was just a hot roller that would go over these, and you imagine thousands and thousands of them would get pushed through, and the hot roller was supposed to melt a little bit of the wax. So best case scenario, this is an undamaged, the back of this card doesn't have any blemishes because the wax wasn't melted at all. Worst case scenario is that it was searched and put together. The reason I don't think these are searched is just because, you know, one of the best cards in here is, you know, just that Bret Hart rookie, which is not a terrifically expensive card, but then again, you never know. Loser must bow. I'm getting a lot of the same cards in here as I've opened in other ones. This is making me nervous. Makes me think that, you know, if I had a Bret Hart rookie, that I'd see a lot of Bret Hart rookies because I'm seeing a lot of the other cards the same. Now that's pretty cool. Look at this Hulk Hogan. That's the best one so far. The Hulk Hogan portrait card. Top-bottom centering's not great, but it's okay. And the left-right centering is what matters more aesthetically on these because of the design. So that's the best card pull so far. Karate stance. And that's a pretty good one, too. Davey Boy Smith. There is some dimpling on it, but centering looks pretty good. So, like I said, this is a trip down memory lane. I love opening these. I love that they're going to be 50 years old at some point in the future. I love having a stack of Pack Fresh 87 wrestling cards in my collection. Do what makes you happy. Do what's fun. You know, if you do what's fun for you, then probably it's going to be valuable for someone else too, because it's going to be fun for them too. So I find if you do what's fun, then the hobby is profitable to you no matter what. Have a great week. Happy collecting. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Take care.
CollectAWrestlePalooza. CollectAWrestlePalooza.